909. That's the Black Eyed Peas right there with Boom Boom Pow. You're listening to the Average Joe Sports Show with me, Senior Airman Kellen Carr. And right now I'm joined in the studio. We got Filsner. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Doing well, man. Doing well. That's all you got for me. How's it going?
I'm glad it's Friday. It is Friday. It is payday, which is always good. Yeah. I mean, I got some exciting stuff going on this weekend, but nothing sports related, unfortunately. So
Okay.
Nothing too exciting.
That's all right.
Sorry.
Hey, Cuban, how you doing, man?
I'm good. It's Friday. I'm not.
You guys are boring.
I'm not all casual like Filsner over here. So.
Oh my goodness, it is Friday, and these guys. And you know what? We got in the studio with us. We got a special guest, Tech Sergeant Will Ville, or I like to call him Will the Real Deal Ville. What's up, man?
What's going on, everybody? I'm a part of the LRS. I'm in here with my boy Kellen Carr. Like to say congratulations to him and the FSS squad that won the basketball championship here on Yokota.
FSS and AFN, we joined up. Yes. Thank you. Appreciate that.
A little bit about me, though. Big Georgia fanatic. Anything that's Georgia. Braves, Falcons, Hawks, Bulldogs. That's me, man.
We hear the twang. We let it swing. So, you know what I'm saying?
Just
Got the Georgia repping in the studio right now.
Man.
And we're going to have a good time in the Average Joes. Today, we're going to talk about things like the March Madness tournament is coming up. We got conference championships going on right now, tournaments going on right now. But we're going to get into the March Madness tournament. Who we think has the best shot of winning this year. Also, Kobe Bryant made some comments about the Lakers front office. We'll get into that a little bit. And then a bunch of free agent moves going on around the NFL. A lot to talk about here on the Average Joes. And also, still have a super bingo ticket to give away, folks. So if you're listening, make sure you stay tuned because you might hear the dinging and have that chance to win and free food if you just want to chime in here on the Average Joes. We're getting back into the music right now, though. Here's MKTO with Classic. 9:17, Pharrell Williams from the Despicable Me 2 soundtrack with Happy. Hey, it's Kellen here. It's the Average Joe Sports Show. I have in the studio with me Filsner, Cuban, and the real deal Will Ville in the studio. And we're talking Average Joes. We got to get into it. March Madness. It's March 14th, and obviously March Madness is upon us. We are in the middle of conference tournaments, but who are you favoring to win this year, to win it all in the big dance?
I think I want to represent the Big Ten. I really, really do. And I think there are some Big Ten teams that have a legitimate shot of going pretty deep in the tournament, like Wisconsin and the 2 Michigan teams. But I think the overall winner, you're probably looking at somebody out of the ACC, either a Syracuse or a Duke, because they just really have that whole package. They played a tough schedule all season long. ACC is a really tough conference. I think whoever wins that conference tournament is probably a pretty good bet to win it all.
This is not necessarily the best Duke team that we've seen, though.
No, it's not, but it's still a very good Duke team.
Oh, with Coach K, they're always going to be fresh and always ready. But Will, you got that look.
Well, I know. I agree with him. I think the ACC's probably got the best teams, top to bottom, consistently. However, the Atlantic 10 always they got some good sleepers in there to make a run at it.
Definitely.
Florida. I think it's a sexy pick. They're number 2 right now. They've been winning out. They're tough.
Actually, they're number 1 right now.
Excuse me, number 1 right now.
They're number 1.
About Florida, they come from the SEC though, man, which is a really weak conference. Y'all got
agreed.
Football,
I agree with that. No, we are a football conference. But you know what? Florida has been there year after year since Billy Donovan's gotten there, and they're always
they're always
Sweet 16,
in it.
Elite 8. Don't count them out.
They're
and
always
then Wichita
in it. I just
State.
don't think,
I like them.
34-0. Wichita State's great.
You better bring it if you're going to play Wichita State.
Wichita State is really good, but I just
they're going to be undersized.
Don't know if they can win it all. Like I could see another Final Four for them, but winning it all, that might be a tall order.
Right now, I'm taking Wichita State because I love the underdog, and
I would love to see Wichita State take it all.
First team since UNLV back in. We're talking Larry Johnson.
That's right.
The UNLV team to enter. Undefeated.
They're a little undersized compared to everybody else. I mean, that's going to pose.
They come out of the Missouri Valley Conference.
Well, didn't Murray State go in undefeated like a year ago or something like that?
What's that?
Didn't Murray State go in undefeated like last year or
like
2 years
this?
ago?
Not to enter all. No, not.
Okay.
It was since UNLV.
Yeah, UNLV was the last team to do, and I actually think 34-0 might be the new record.
That might be a record.
That most certainly could be.
The new
record. Look that one up. I'll look that one up for
you. You might have to hit that one up for me.
All right, so Cuban, you haven't even told us anything, man.
Well, I'll just flat out represent the Big Ten. Period.
All right, there you go.
I want Michigan to win. It's a hands down. I'm blue
I don't
and
think
gold
Michigan
till I
stands
die.
a chance.
So.
Michigan State will knock them out before they ever have a chance.
I don't know about that, but
I don't know if Michigan State and Michigan are in the same bracket, but
Well,
I think both those teams have a pretty legit shot.
Well, I'll tell you right now, the last time a Big Ten school won, we're talking Mateen Cleaves.
Yeah,
all right,
Michigan State.
It's been a
Spartans.
while. How long ago was that? Was that 99, 2000, 2001?
It's been, at least a good decade and a half, something like that.
It's been over 10 years.
You don't have to worry about a thing because Georgia's going to win the SEC championship and then they're going to run the table. So
Wow, that's a really bold prediction
All
right there.
Well, while we're still talking basketball, let's go ahead and move it to the NBA. All right, Kobe Bryant has officially announced he's done for the season, right?
should have been called a long time ago.
It should have been. And Lakers are obviously at the bottom of the Western Conference. And Kobe has
Not quite. Utah might
yeah,
be
Utah
a little lower than
they're
them
fighting.
right
They're
now.
fighting
So
for
you're jockeying for last. Good call.
But with that being said, Kobe's had some comments for the front office of the Los Angeles Lakers, calling out Mitch Kupchak and the Buss family. What do you think about this? Is Kobe right? Is he justified in these comments, or do you think he's just shut up?
It's Kobe Bryant, all right, hands down. He's one of the greatest players all time. If the guy says, hey, this is what's going on in the Lakers franchise, that's what's going on. And you should probably listen to him.
Yeah, I agree with you to an extent. However, there was an article the other day with David Wright with the Mets, and he put it pretty clear. I'm a player. I'm paid to play. That's it, and that's what Kobe Bryant should be doing. However, I do agree with him. He doesn't need to be going out there and putting his opinions about the front office, because you know what? The Buss family and the coach, they're going to run it however they see fit. He's paid hundreds of millions of dollars to play basketball. Play basketball.
And actually, this year is actually one of the largest wasted year of a player contract in history. Yeah. $28 million is what he's owed by the Lakers this year.
Until you're going to get out there and dribble and shoot and do the things that you do in basketball, can you really judge anybody?
I think so. I mean, the guy's proved time and time again that he can produce for the Lakers.
Sure.
I mean,
but now
yes,
he's
he
injury
has,
prone.
Yes, he's sat, but what's really going on is this is how long has this been going on now? Since the death in the family was about a year ago? A few months ago? Yeah, the front office for the Lakers.
Are you talking about since their owner died?
Yeah.
Dr. Yeah, that's but that's not. Yeah,
but the point is
years,
they took over for him, and that's when kind of like the big downfall of the Lakers has been happening.
Well,
I mean,
Dr. Jerry
look
Buss,
how bad
his health had been fading for years.
Jenny was running the program.
Yes.
I mean, Jenny has been running the program for a while.
We're talking Jean Buss, which is Dr. Jerry Buss's wife, owner of the Lakers, and she's actually, Phil Jackson's girlfriend, slash
whatever
boo thing.
Yeah.
But what do you think on this, Filsner?
I think from the Lakers' perspective, as an organization, as a franchise, it may be time to do the unthinkable, and that is move on without Bryant. Get what you can for him.
Should have been done before they renewed that contract.
Should have been done before they renewed the contract, but I think it's time to try to move on without Bryant and rebuild, because they're not likely to win another championship with him. I mean,
you realize his contracts though, right now.
I know
he's making $20 million plus, and we don't know if he's going to return and be the same Kobe Bryant.
It may also be time for him to call it a career. He's had a great career,
or he needs to find his place within that program. That's not the star.
Yeah.
He needs to be a role player instead of the player.
And actually, Will, I'll give you that. I actually agree with that. But that's one thing. Kobe Bryant, he's like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan with the Wizards.
I agree.
He was 40-some years old. He would not be a role player.
Educating the new guys coming in.
He should be. But when you have a guy like that who's been considered one of the greatest, they get this ego about them, and it's like to pull them back and to say, I'm a role player now. They have a hard time.
That's a hard pill to swallow.
Most definitely. Folks, stay tuned. We're going to have more from the Joes here on the Average Joe Sports Show. We're going to be talking about, in our lightning round, we'll be talking about free agency moves in the NFL offseason. Stay tuned. We got your weather on the way, more music, and that chance to win free food and a Super Bingo ticket right here on Eagle 810. You are now officially tuned in to the Average Joe Sports